Hello everybody and welcome or welcome back to my channel, the place where we make fun of the morons we see out here on the road, a bit like the driver of this van who's obviously still adjusting to his first few days on planet Earth. Or this Audi driver who's got the same ability to drive safely as a goldfish has got the ability to take notes using a clipboard. Or maybe the driver of this silver van on the right who's definitely got the decision making and reasoning abilities of a park bench just pulls straight across there. Very typical behaviour of someone who treats being confused as a career choice. And then there's always drivers like this pulling these sort of strokes who think they're smooth. Yeah, they're about as smooth as a rusty cheese grater while being as safe as a rubber band seatbelt. Speaking about driving safely, nothing lets people know that you're as safe as a cardboard bulletproof vest as driving straight into a stationary car. So there's two bright red lights and there's one arsewipe who's not very bright. And where do we find said arsewipe 30 seconds later? Yeah, you got it. Right at the very next set of lights, about 2 metres in front of the stop line. It's pretty worrying really that people like that can still use scissors unsupervised. Oh, just quickly, in case you was wondering where last week's video was, I didn't upload anything because I had a bit of a bug and I was coughing me guts up. All good now though, business as usual. Oh, and from now on, videos are going to be on Fridays instead of Thursdays. Right, back to the video. And then of course you got these sorts of mugs who've got the same ability to drive safely as a doorbell has to complete a crossword puzzle. Where was he going? Drifts to the left and then he drifts to the right and nearly scuffs the curb. They're either pissed, on the phone, backwards, or all of the above. And here's another cupcake who should have ended up as the contents of a used condom, but sadly didn't. What is so hard about stopping at a give-way line? A lot of these drivers are in a permanent state of confusion. It's like they're people living in a world full of soup and they've only got a fork. Now the majority of drivers are on the road because they're just trying to get from A to B. But therein lies the problem because most of this lot haven't even got that far with learning the alphabet. Take this div for example, he's got the navigational and directional abilities of a wheelie bin in a hurricane. Look at the div, left, right and then almost takes out the bollard in the divider. Nice easy right turn here, I think we'll all agree, no problem with it. Well, there is no problem unless of course you've got a learning curve flatter than a week old glass of Coca-Cola. You know, as a species, we're a funny old lot. Most of us do our best to make the world a better place, don't we? But then we come across a specimen like this with the decision-making and reasoning abilities of a traffic cone, having a conversation on his phone, starts to cross the road and does what any normal sane person would do when they're halfway across, lay down in the middle of the road and carry on your phone conversation there. Now call me old-fashioned if you will, but this activity appears to be as safe as playing Twister with two drunk sumo wrestlers. If brains were leather, that muppet wouldn't have enough for a cockroach's jockstrap. And here's another tourist who's obviously just come back from Ukraine and spent far too much time swimming in the lake at Chernobyl. I remember the good old days when people would actually use brakes. Oh bingo, it's our lucky day because we're in for a fine display of Class 1 Audi driver lane discipline from this muppet here on the right there. Just the sort of driving you'd expect from someone who's obviously as mentally switched on as an unplugged kettle. Now this clip's going to demonstrate how selfish and thoughtless a lot of drivers are out on the road. I mean, look at this guy. He's going straight through his red light. And look how them ignorant idiots just block his path, even though they're going through their green light. Honestly, manners, courtesy and respect all going the same way as T-Rex. Now when it comes to drivers being thoughtless, nothing fits that category better than the brainless, cognitively delayed Prius driver. Take this fine specimen for example, just pulled straight out in front of Jeff there. Didn't even notice him until he was at the side of his car. That cretin's thought process is as organised as a china shop after an earthquake. Oh, and what do we have here? Yeah, we have a middle lane camper doing what middle lane campers do best. Sitting in the middle lane, doing about 50 mile an hour, looking like a massive Joe Blunt. And this particular one is simultaneously proving that just because he's got a head on his shoulders, it doesn't mean he's in possession of a brain. Here we go, buy one, get one free, 2 idiots, 1 clip. Oh look, there's a van there coming to my right, I'm just going to keep going. What a plank. Oh look, there's a Range Rover driver going through a red traffic light there, that's unusual. Not. Now not all Range Rover drivers are bad, some bring quite a lot to the table. The only thing this pair of Range Rover drivers are going to bring to the table is a tea stain. Now, I don't know about you, but some of the idiots we see on here definitely make me grind my teeth. This one, for example, well, he won't have a problem grinding his teeth because he's definitely all crowns and no fillings, that one. Here we go, red Mercedes, black windows, sitting in traffic. You just know something's about to happen, don't you? Now, for most of us, if you're sitting in your car or your friend's car, as in this case, and a good tune comes on that you like, all of a sudden you're filled with emotions and passion, and that results in some vigorous head nodding and some singing. But when your brain works on a just enough basis and your name's MC Poundland Flex, there's only one thing to do. Exit the vehicle immediately and express your emotions through the medium of dance. Now, I don't know what kind of moves this guy's busting, but to me it looks like there's a combination of he's suffering from concussion and he's having a seizure. Big up the man like MC Poundland Flex. Now, a lot of people, me included, think that smart motorways are one of the worst things to ever been invented. And I think it's fair to say, for a large proportion of drivers, the word driver and smart should not be used in the same sentence. Like in this example, we've got a dunce hog in the middle lane, and then we've got popcorn brain out there in the 44-tonne truck in the outside lane. So this is going across London Bridge, and it's going northbound into the city of London. It's pretty hard to go wrong when you're going across a bridge, isn't it? Well, that is unless you're the human equivalent of a one-bar phone signal, and you're all handle and no suitcase, then in which case anything is possible. Dearie me. Here's another one. Two idiots, one clip. Red car pulls to the right without checking his mirrors, hits the black car. And how does the driver of the black car not see the red car coming across? Unbelievable. And that last guy, he must have had the visual ability of an earthworm. This guy who's parked this black Mercedes, he's got the intelligence of an earthworm. You've got to be seriously, cognitively and mentally disadvantaged to see two parking bays like that and think, oh, I'm just going to park across them like this. And here's another hapless half-wit Mercedes driver who's definitely got nothing between his headphones. Straight through the red light, nearly hits the oncoming car. So this is Savoy Street, a little one-way street just off of the Strand in central London. Now, Paul in the Enterprise van, well, they're going the right way, obviously. But Mr. Ocado Desperado, well, that's a completely different story. He should go and work for DPD or Amazon. He'd fit right in there. If brains were chocolate, that burnt out light bulb right there, he wouldn't have enough to fill a Smartie. Oh yes, a nice smooth flowing motorway. What could possibly go wrong? Well, quite a lot can go wrong actually when you put an idiot in a truck who's got a brain that's as empty as a hermit's address book and doesn't know the height of his vehicle. In which case, quite a lot can go wrong. This is Exhibition Road next to the Natural History Museum. It's a two-way road and there's another Mercedes driver who I wouldn't say he's slow. Let's just say his thought process and brain neurons take the scenic route. OK, boys and girls, it's time for a fun game. It's called Spot the Massive Joe Blunt, who's a few crumbs short of a crouton. Look, there they are, jumping that blatant red light. That was just too easy, wasn't it, boys and girls? We need drivers like that in trucks like we need scuba divers in the Sahara Desert. Is this non-reader having a laugh? That right there is a result of about 5 generations of inbreeding. I bet they call their first cousin Babe. Well, that's it for this one, everybody. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And when you press the like button, if the hype button comes up, please press that as well, because that helps me out too. I'll put a playlist there on the right if you want to watch some more me videos. Thanks to everyone who sent in clips. Have a good weekend and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.